Hey there, Vikings fans. Tom Downey here with some news for you guys as defensive lineman Michael Pierce is injured. Now, it's not quite full-fledged panic yet, but the report from Ian Rappaport is that Pierce suffered a calf injury while training before training camp. At least he was training, right? Now, Pierce might miss part of Vikings training camp set to begin in the very short future, which is finally back, right? But he is expected to be good by week 1. Now, I'll also make note that Pierce opted out of last season due to the COVID-19 concerns. Now, Vikings training camp gets underway on July 28th, and as we sit right now, we don't know the true full-fledged severity of the Michael Pierce injury, but it seems like he will miss at least a little bit of training camp. Now, ideally, he's back and practicing for week 1 of the preseason, even if he doesn't play in that game against the Denver Broncos on August 14th. And then the regular season opens up for Minnesota, week 1 at the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, as I mentioned, Pierce did not play at all in 2020. He was an opt-out, and it was a part of the reason why the Vikings defense was not very good. On the bright side for Minnesota, I'd argue more so than last year, they've got options on the defensive line to help replace Pierce if, in fact, he ends up missing time. Dalvin Tomlinson, Sheldon Richardson, those two a bit better in terms of the pass rush than Michael Pierce, but they can also stop the run fairly well. And then there's recent draft picks, James Lynch, Armon Watts, Jalen Twyman, the rookie this year out of Pitt, Hercules Mataafa also on the roster, and they could also kick in some defensive end types, maybe a Jalen Holmes in some passing situations to get some more interior pass rush. Pierce's job is very simple, as you might expect for a man given his size. Stop the run. Now, he only had 2 tackles for loss in 2019, the last time we saw him out there in an actual NFL regular season game, but his job is obvious. He is a run stopper. That is what he does best. That is his area of expertise, and that's going to be his job this year for Minnesota. Hopefully, the calf issue does not get him behind the 8 ball too much in his training, because you want him healthy. You want him out there. He's 340 pounds, at least his listed size is. You want him in the best shape possible, because we've seen other big defensive linemen kind of lose sight of that. Dontari Poe last year for the Cowboys was way too fat, and it ended up him getting cut, and he's still unsigned. Now, if Pierce does miss time, it's even more pressure on guys like Sheldon Richardson and Dalvin Tomlinson. I'm a big Tomlinson fan. I think he's a fantastic football player. I think he's going to be a great fit in the Minnesota Vikings defense. So, especially on third downs, I already thought Tomlinson was going to be in there over Pierce, and probably Richardson in there for the most part as well. But Pierce's role as a run stopper is still a critical one for Minnesota this season. So what is your panic level then over this injury to Michael Pierce? I'm on the lower end. I'll put it at like a 3, but I want to hear from you guys. Rate this for me on a scale of 1 to 10.